Hey everyone, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Giant Blue Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jack Macmillan. With me, as always, Felix Baker and Sean Guy.
Hi. Hey guys, sorry.
Are you guys okay?
How's it going? Quiet there. I was like, do we get excited now? All right, I'm excited now.
Right,
okay.
Some quick housekeeping things. I do want to go see the It movie, but I'm afraid that I will never sleep again.
You didn't even name the second half of that sentence. I want to see the It movie, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever sleep again.
It's supposed to be afraid, man.
Well, yeah, but I reckon like it'll
so
mess
enticing.
me up. Like it'll really mess me up, and I won't ever sleep again.
I have a confession.
It's been getting such good reviews that I'm like, I feel like I need to see this film because everyone loves it.
See, I never saw the original, and I never read it. So, like, the more I hear about it, I'm like, all I know is that there's a clown and a drain, and like somehow that is still all I know. Like to this point,
But
like
supposedly the clown called Pennywise is like a demon that takes the form of your biggest fear. And yet you only ever usually see him as a clown.
Like a bogart.
Or in the trailer.
Yeah, like a bogart.
Oh, like a bogart.
Is it? Are you like? I always worry that this scary film is going to like stay with me forever, but they almost never do. You feel like this one's different.
You just repressed them all, Felix.
Yeah,
I get like that.
We're gonna take you to a therapist one day.
It'll hit me like when I get home. I'm like, that movie had no effect on me, and then I'll like go to sleep, and then it's like, I'm like, God damn it. And like all I can think about is that.
You could just see them looming over your bed.
Yeah, when I was younger, stuff affected me a lot more. Like it would last like for ages. Like I used to think Gollum was really scary. That used to like
those thumb thumbs from Spy Kids.
Oh, they're crazy.
Okay, I wasn't the only one. I'm glad. Me and my sister fucking freaked out.
For a reason. That's that. Oh, no.
They were terrifying.
Faceless demons.
They are messed up films, Spike.
They're great films.
Yeah,
they're awful.
They're backwards, man.
Awful backwards.
Watch them again and like.
Wait, isn't the
twisted, sick?
They truly are.
Is it the fourth one where the bad guy is like?
One?
I think there's like 5, and then one of them has like I'm pretty sure the actor is George Lopez, and he's like a giant head. It's like crazy. And there's the one where they go into the video game. That was
Spy
great.
Kids 3D. That was one of the first 3D
That was
movies I ever saw.
amazing.
And that was I really did enjoy that.
Yeah,
I even like played an online game about it for like ages.
Oh really?
Anyway, what are the other housekeeping things?
Have you guys heard? So you know the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the way it starts, and it has that song.
Hey there,
Mr. Blue Sky, and it like does that thing. It's like bam, 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 and it has the freeze frame, and it's like all the stuff's going around, and then like they continue to fight the monster to the music, and it follows Groot dancing.
Wait, Groot, it wasn't a freeze frame, was it?
Well, at the start, it's like Groot's like he's about to dance, and it's like it's with the song. It's like bam, 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 and it like has.
Isn't
a
that
freeze
just
frame
Groot?
like that.
Groot stops moving.
No, it's a freeze frame because then the Guardians logo comes on. There's like an explosion.
I think he's right.
Oh, okay.
I'm right. Because basically, I
saw it this morning.
There's a trend on YouTube that's like they take like action scenes, but they do it Guardians of the Galaxy 2 style. Like the best one I've seen is the Winter Soldier elevator scene, and it's just like if anyone wants to get off, you can hear it in the background like doo, doo, doo. It's like now's the time. The guy goes like and it's like bam bam bam. It's like Winter Soldier.
I love that.
It's just the fight scene, but to the music of Guardians.
That's awesome.
They do it for everything. There is so many. You can go down a rabbit hole on YouTube. There's like Civil War, so it's like. Where they're all running, it's like they're not slowing down. They run and then they're about to hit, and it's like, bam, 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 and it has the
Avengers.
It's so good. And
Why have we not watched this?
I had to.
Does it always say Guardians of the Two Galaxy style?
It's like John Wick, Guardians 2 style, Civil War battle airport scene, Guardians 2 style.
That's
There's
awesome.
like everything.
Yeah, okay.
Like there was like Darth Vader Rogue One scene, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 style, or whatever. It's like the lightsaber comes out. It's like, it's so good. I had to stop watching them when there was one that was Omaha Beach, Saving Private Ryan, Guardians 2 style, and I was like, no. I was like, it's too much. You can't do that. I was like, that's awful. That's so insensitive.
Fuck, I want to watch that one. Wait, that's
great.
They're really
Saving
good.
Private Ryan.
I absolutely recommend everyone check
it's
them
not
out.
insensitive, is it?
They're really cool. I'll put the elevator one in the link maybe.
Yeah, I want to watch one of these. These sound fun.
Anyway,
I don't have any exciting housekeeping things except just then I said Guardians of the Two
is there
Galaxy.
anything you said that was incredibly
That was very
embarrassing
wrong.
that you want to like retcon?
I said Guardians of the Two Galaxy. Just then. That's the only thing.
We can play that back when we edit this.
Didn't plan that
Anything for
at
you,
all.
Sean?
No, I got nothing. No.
All right, well, let's move on to topics. I want to talk about Captain Underpants. The movie. But also, if you've read the books. It's very rare that I've read a book before the movie. And
This is the one.
this is the
It's
one.
very rare that I've
Captain
read a book.
Underpants. That I've read a book, yeah. And so, I just want to know sort of what Captain Underpants have you read?
Fuck,
and
there's
how
a lot
close
more
you are.
books than I remember.
There's more than that. I read because
heaps
he wrote a bunch, and then I sort of stopped reading them.
Yeah.
And then
He just went out and bought
I
these
got
today.
older. No.
They look
I
old as
found
hell.
these in an old
All right,
box
okay.
in my in my cupboards. But yeah, and then there's new ones now. Like there's like the latest one came out like last year, and I was like doing some reading about Dav Pilkey, the author, and he took a 6-year break to look after his father, who was like really ill or something like that. And I was like, oh, that explains it, because I remember at the end of Super Diaper Baby, it says,
Were they in order?
Coming soon. Yes, they were. Of course they were. Super Diaper Baby 2 coming soon. This book came out in like 2002 or something like that, and then only like a couple of years ago, Super Diaper Baby 2 came out.
He's got a new series now too. Dogman.
Dogman, yeah, which I think is
the most recent came out
the hell?
maybe like less than a month ago.
There's a ton of books. He's a great author. He did like the Dragon series, which became like a cartoon and stuff like that. And I was surprised.
Wait, what Dragon series?
It's like he's a big blue dragon.
Oh, okay.
But and he's done other stuff.
Sorry.
But I'm surprised. And Captain Underpants, to my knowledge, wasn't a TV series or anything like that. But yeah, most recently they're coming out with a movie this year. I'd heard about it and I was like, oh, is it going to be cool? And
I'm pretty excited for it.
I'm pretty keen. It looks real fun and really goofy.
I like the style.
The animation style
with
they've lent itself quite well to the books. And apparently they do, because in the book, there's George Beard and Harold Hutchins, the main two characters, and they in the book they write their own comics, and it's really funny in the book because what happens is the drawing style is like intentionally made to look worse.
Yeah.
Because
There's spelling errors,
there's heaps of spelling mistakes, and apparently they do something like that in the film. There's different
cool.
animation styles.
Really?
Apparently they even do the Fliporama stuff. Which hang on, let me see if I can find here. Vamp amongst yourselves. I found it.
Yeah, what was
where
flip?
you
it's
flip
like
the pages
you flip
back
the
and
page
forth.
and it's like sort
It's
of
like an
animation
action
style.
sequence.
So
It's like
camera
throwing a
one,
punch.
camera
Like,
two.
picture
it's
one,
like,
picture two.
yeah, picture one, picture two, like that sort of thing.
You guys are explaining the same thing.
Yeah,
Same-
you flip it. It makes like a cool little like.
Oh, so it's like you don't. Because usually when I think of a flip book and it goes on and on and on, but that
No,
one you can
this
just
is
go
just
back and forth.
Back and forth. It's
Yeah,
real
I see.
simple, but it's really cool. And I read
is cool,
somewhere
yeah.
that apparently they do that in the movie somehow.
Do they like tell you where to put your finger? Is that what they? Yeah, that's
they
right.
had it
Yeah,
like in the
It's
corner.
great.
It's like,
yeah.
It was really inspiring. I think when I was a kid, I just wanted to make my own comics and do that kind
I
of stuff.
did
like
make
the
a
flip
comic
book.
when I was a
I
kid.
did as well. It was so much fun.
yeah.
And I loved the drawing style. Like it was simple enough that I could like emulate it as a kid. Like I really liked
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
it was detailed enough and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the ones I've read. Did you guys read them as a kid?
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure I read all of them.
I want to say
Yeah.
I got as far as Super Diaper Baby.
And Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman.
Yeah.
I think that was sort of the last one. There's more now, but
yeah.
I think that was where I think it peaked. I think.
Did you? Is that the new one, the 8th epic novel, or is that not?
I think it got up to like 11 or 12.
There's a few more after that.
And there was
one.
those super
Oh,
crunchy
okay.
books as well. There was like
Yeah,
super crunchy
they were
book
like
of
the ones
fun.
you could fill in.
Yeah.
So here we go. Yeah, there's Super Diaper Baby 2, Frankenfart,
I don't think Frankenfurt ever
Dogman.
came out.
I'm not sure if it did too.
I love. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that they're
They were
making a
great.
movie
they
about
were
it.
great.
Yeah.
And
I would have never remembered it.
It's
Yeah.
if the movie
weirdly
hadn't come out.
nostalgic.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like, who is it aimed at? Like the 20,
It's a
early
dude
20s
that
dudes?
runs around in underpants.
It's like everything. It's like the weird sort of phase where it's like we're trying to project our nostalgia on like the younger audience kind of thing.
yeah.
Like
It
this
was
is
good
what's
then, it's good now.
And they're like, I don't like this.
Well,
'cause-
they've got their own series.
exactly. Like theirs will be like
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That was like their Captain Underpants in a way.
yeah. Kind
Even
of.
the style of book is pretty similar, like the cartoonish sort of thing.
Well, the cool thing because I have a younger brother, and so like I think when he was like getting into, like he started reading them as well. So that's like another like resurgence for me is I get to like
Yeah.
revisit it as well, like when he discovers it. And yeah, I don't know. I think I've only seen like the one trailer for the movie. It looks
But
kind of
it's-
weird.
It's comedians. It's like all comedians, I think. Like
Well,
Chris Rock, isn't it? And
It's Chris Rock and Thomas Middleditch, who's star of Silicon Valley, as
Yeah.
Harold and George.
Yeah, that's cool.
Chris
never
Rock?
pictured when I read the books. I never pictured Kevin Hart being like, "Man, that tiger was crazy." Or, like, I never pictured that
Wait,
voice
who's
for George Beard.
Is Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart is George Beard, and
Who's Chris Rock?
sorry, it's not Chris Rock. It's
Chris
oh,
Rock's
it's
not
Chris-
there at all.
it's
I was
Kevin
about
Hart.
to
had it
correct-
wrong.
I was
I
about
had
to
it
correct you
wrong.
on that
Sorry, I
one.
got mixed up. And then Ed Helms is Captain Underpants.
Ed Helms, yes.
Thomas Middleditch
Yes.
is Harold.
Oh, Jordan Peele is in it too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people I
That's
reckon.
cool, yeah.
The movie does look like it's a blend of multiple ones. Like it has like elements from Captain Underpants, the first one, and Attack of the Talking Toilets. There's like a
Yeah.
big toilet that
There's,
he fights.
there's no way they'd be able to make a
And
movie out
I'm
of it.
pretty
single-
sure Professor Poopy Pants is in it as well.
Pretty sure I saw him in a trailer. Yeah.
Professor Poopy Pants.
I love how it's all poo.
It's like
and
Mr.
farts
Poopy
and
Butthole.
boogers.
It's like what Rick and Morty is now
Yeah.
almost. And there's probably elements from the third one because the third one is how Captain Underpants gets his super strength and his powers and stuff
That's
like that.
right, yeah,
so I think
yeah,
it will
yeah.
be a mixture of those ones. And then the other interesting thing is, it's not everywhere. I only see it sometimes. There's like a subtitle to the Captain Underpants movie, and it says the first epic movie. And that kind of shits me off because I'm like, don't ever call your thing the first thing because you don't know how it's going to do. People might not like it. But it's also, it's just, well, that's it. I mean,
it's like when Star Wars first came out. Like, they didn't call it Star Wars 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they went, like, this is going to be so great that we're going to make pre-movies. Yeah, you're right.
That was a stupid joke. They didn't call it number 1 either. They just called it Star Wars. Yeah. And then later on it was Star Wars and New Hope.
But it is based on a series. So it's like, if you were to call it the first one, then maybe talk more about how it is, like, say, a planned trilogy or something like that. Or I guess it's just a franchise. Like, we'll milk it until it doesn't make money.
But I would
We'll
watch
make
that.
11 movies. Like, who cares? If it's good, I hope it's good.
The fun thing about the books is that they get like pretty deep with the plots as well. Like I remember reading like the 9th and 10th in the series, and there's like going back in time, and they like cross over with like the 5th and 6th books, and there's like
really?
There's like dinosaurs.
You know more than
and
I
stuff.
do.
Yeah, man.
I think I stopped reading up to those ones. I think.
Oh man, I was obsessed with it when I was like 20 years ago. Like no, they were great. Yeah. Or 15 years ago maybe.
I hope it. So with the Lego Movie, how they.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was my train of thought going just then?
You know
Damn
what
it!
Damn it!
What
Were you
the
gonna say
hell?
live action?
No, God. I can't remember. Nah, continue. Jesus Christ.
Well, the interesting thing about Lego Movie was there was never a plot, and they're just like, we'll just make it about Lego.
Lego, yeah.
And I feel like a lot of things are falling for that trap now, because you've got
Like
the
the
Emoji
Emoji
movie,
movie.
and
Yeah.
there's rumors of a Minecraft movie, and like just feel like
There
it's
is a Minecraft movie. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Patton Oswalt does the voice.
no, that's Minecraft Story Mode. That's like an Xbox
there's
game.
Just
Is
like
there?
a little
But there's
story.
supposedly like a movie happening,
Okay.
and it's not about Steve.
I've seen the
it's
pretty
like,
good
it's a whole
little
like,
mini
original-
I was
animations
sure
out
they
of-
did like a. I must be wrong.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt voices the main guy in Minecraft
In
Story
the
Mode.
story.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which I don't like particularly very well. I don't know.
You don't like the mode, or you don't like Patton Oswalt?
I love Patton Oswalt. I don't
I think
I
he's
don't like
cool.
story
I think
mode
he's
that
cool.
much. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
Captain Underpants. I'm keen. I
Yeah.
read the books.
Alright.
They were great childhood books. And I just remembered one little thing right now, like a weird anecdote.
Probably a thing I forgot.
Well, the way they, because it's the principal is Captain Underpants.
Yep.
The principal of
Krupp.
the school.
The principal of their school.
Krupp.
And to get out of like detention, they use this like, they get it in like a newspaper or like some
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
advertisement.
yeah.
They order this like hypno ring, and they think it's like a load of rubbish, but it works. And so they hypnotize Mr. Krupp, and they're playing around with it, and they think it's like a joke to like become Captain Underpants, and he does. And then it goes to his head, and then he runs down the street trying to save people, and they're like having to stop him. And one of the books that I got, it came with like a hypno ring. It was in like this school, you got to
Yeah,
order
yeah,
the books,
yeah.
the books,
And they
thing.
come
the book
with
fairs.
Scholastic,
Yeah, Scholastic book fairs. And one of them came with a hypno ring, and I had that.
Did it work?
Yeah, it totally worked.
No,
There's a real
it was
life
just a
Captain
cool
Underpants
we
We should
running
do
around.
it here on
I
the
mean,
podcast.
I don't know.
Hypnotize Felix.
Hypnotize Felix. When you're a kid, though, like everything just has such value, and I thought this thing was so cool.
You
And
still have it, don't you?
no, I don't. That's where I'm getting at. Is like this kid who, you're like,
Shout out to the dick who stole
I'm not going to
Jack's-
name his name, but
No,
like,
do it.
you know those kids, it's like, you kind of like, everyone's in the same friendship group, so your parents
been
just kind of
20
like, they
years
just
ago.
push you with like, well, I'm just thinking of it now. They, like,
What colour was his hair?
just let me speak. Like, when parents just like shove you to be friends with these kids, and you in your head, you're like, because you don't really know like assholes exist yet, because you're kind of like a little kid, but you're just like, for whatever reason, I'm not really that fond with this kid, but I guess I'll just hang out with him because that's who I am. Like, you don't know that you can like choose who to hang out with because you're a kid. You just hang out with whoever's there.
You don't
And I
care,
remember
yeah.
and I was like, this kid was like kind of shady kid, and I'd already had suspicions that
This
he
is
probably
in year
stole
3?
stole my thing. Yeah, it would have
Okay.
been like grade 2 or
Pretty
something like
shady,
that.
yeah.
And I remember being around his house one time, and I saw it. I saw the hypno ring, my fucking hypno ring, on his cupboard. I remember just staring at it, being like,
Did you steal it back?
well, no, because I know I should have, but I was just remember staring at it, being like, I know that that's mine. And I was like, I remember I questioned him. I was like, hey, that's I mean, I don't know how I said. I don't know how I phrased
As
it.
a 7-year-old.
I don't know how I phrased it
he
as
was
a
like
cool
a
7-year-old.
noir villain,
But I was
like,
like,
hey.
that's a
15-year
nice
vendetta.
that's a nice hypno ring you got there. And he was like, oh yeah, I got it with like one of the books that are.
Maybe
and
he
I was
did.
like, you've never read Captain Underpants in your life. Fucking piece. Of
You don't
shit.
appreciate that ring.
If you're listening to this, you know who you are, and you're a piece of shit, and I hope you're a better person now than you were in grade 2. And if you still have that hypno ring, I want it back.
He's probably been trying to get in touch with you for the last 15 years. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was yours,
Yeah,
Jack.
you shouldn't have locked him on Facebook.
I was a
You had,
bad
like,
kid.
15 missed
I've
messages.
changed,
like-
Jack. Let's be friends again. I know we
I
didn't
should
mix
have
back then,
stolen it back, shouldn't I?
Well,
But that's the
What,
thing.
you don't know if it was
I think
yours?
my mum was like picking me up, like Jax. It's like I had to think quickly, and I couldn't. He was in the room, and I couldn't just swipe it. You know, I would have had to wait till he goes to the toilet or something, and
This
then
is the
just swipe
funniest
it.
thing I've ever heard.
You know.
Can we make
But
a
I'm not-
I think I had the
about
same
this?
situation where some
But-
kid stole my Beyblade, and
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
And Beyblades are like much more defined than hypno rings because
How
they all look
dare you.
exactly the same. No, defined as in like
Yeah.
you can differentiate them
Kids can
unless you're a
so-
weirdo.
There's
and you can,
tons of Beyblades. There's only 5 of these hypno rings in
Yeah.
existence.
but yeah, I
could've
saw
been
it
a
at this
millionaire.
kid's house, and I don't think
Millionaire.
I did the same thing where I was like worried that maybe it was actually.
Well, yeah,
his.
that was the thing.
Yeah.
It was like, even though I was like 99.999% sure that that was my hypno ring,
Yeah.
there is that tiny thing. You're like, what if it is his?
Yeah.
And I'm like, even
What
though
if I'm
like,
wrong?
even
Yeah.
what if I'm wrong? It's like then I'm the asshole who
Yeah,
stole
yeah.
it. And then it's like I would go home and I would find mine, and I would have 2. Or
I
whatever.
have like
Yeah.
15 DVDs on my shelf right now that I know are not mine. I'm like, I should really give that back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
happens with
6
video
years.
games all the
When,
time.
when my family moved from Scotland to Australia, we had like a board game of like a friend of mine. And I forgot to give it back. They're like, "Well, Jack, it's too late now. We're going to Australia. We're going across the
Wait,
across
did you
the
take it
world."
with you?
Yeah, it
We
was like
played that
Mousetrap
board
or
game.
Monopoly. I don't think we have it
played the
anymore.
board game on the podcast.
don't have it
and
anymore.
Shout out to Scotland.
Oh, fucking Beyblades and stuff. That's like a whole other discussion
I
of
don't wanna
like
go to Beyblades.
childhood, like all those
Which
all
are
the
coming?
phases.
They're coming back as well, and I would have been about
What?
7 years old. Beyblade's coming back.
They're
Like,
not coming back.
Yeah, they are. They have like
Sure
my
not.
partner's nephews keep like.
Is it because they're similar
Rip.
to fidget spinners? Because it's just like it's like a fidget
no,
spinner
they,
but
I
with
think
a cord.
I think they were playing with them a little bit before spinners came back. But yeah, they're definitely like they're in
I
they're
can't
in the
wait for the fidget spinner movie.
the fuel stations. They're in Big W everywhere. Yeah, they're back.
There's a few phases of stuff. Yeah,
I don't want all that stuff. to come out.
Pokemon.
Get
It's
your own-
again. It's like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
this was good when we were kids. Fucking take it.
Yeah.
Marbles. I only
Nah.
discovered marbles when I moved to Darwin. That wasn't a thing in Adelaide where I lived
Yeah, it wouldn't
beforehand.
have been.
And I remember coming up here, I'm like, what do you guys play? Do you guys play like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? They're like, we play marbles. And I'm like, things are behind in Darwin.
30 years.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, seems a bit retro here. But
What
no.
do you do on weekends? Hopscotch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You guys want to play stickball? Anyway,
Oh,
we can
that's
move on.
great.
We could talk about phases and
I don't
Beyblades
want
and
to.
trading
I don't want
cards
to
and all
talk
that
about
stuff. But
Yeah,
let's
neither.
move on then.
I don't have any vendettas with 6-year-olds, so
Not really vendettas, just experiences with that kind of stuff. Like
yeah.
playing for keeps. That shit was heart wrenching because you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to play for keeps. Like, do it. Are you a faggot? Do it. You're like, okay. And then
Jesus,
and
little
then you
8-year-old
win.
Jack.
And then then they would cry, and then you're the asshole that made the kid cry. Or whatever. You're like, what's his idea? Sorry that I won.
Life's cruel.
Yeah.
See you at lunch.
Ah.
All right. So next topic.
Yeah.
Next topic.
You want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah?